Hello and welcome back to Insights Lazy Lesson series. In this video, we look at the new education policy. First, we'll try and understand some of the positive aspects of this new policy. The biggest criticism with respect to the Indian education system so far was that after 10th, students were forced to fit into three main categories, that is commerce, humanities and science. This was very problematic, mainly because 1. Once a student chooses a stream, he or she could not change eventually, say after 3 months or even 1 year. 2. Immediately after 10th, students do not have enough experience to decide which stream better suits them. For example, let us say student A is very much interested in studying political science or economics, but his parents wanted him to get into engineering after 12th. So because of this, he was forced to enter into science stream studying physics, chemistry and mathematics, leaving aside subjects in which he is very much interested. But thankfully, this has now been changed with the introduction of new education policy. Now the students will have more flexibility to choose between various subjects of different streams. Now a student who is very much interested in studying history can study history alongside physics. A student can study economics with chemistry. This means students have got more flexibility with respect to the choice of subjects now. After this, the second biggest or most significant change is with respect to the structure of our education system. So far it was 10 plus 2, but now it has been changed into 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. The key differences between these two structures are here. Firstly, in 10 plus 2 system, education would start from the age of 6 years. But as per the new policy, education now would start from the age of 3 years. Between age 3 and age 6, there will be preschool for 3 years, and after that there will be class 1 and 2 for 2 years. Together, this will be called as the foundational stage, which will last for 5 years. After this, there will be preparatory stage, which will last for 3 years, that is for children between age 8 and 11, that is class 3 to 5. Here, the focus will mainly be activity based and interactive classroom learning. And once the preparatory stage is completed, we have the middle stage, which will last for 3 years. And here, the focus is on experiential learning in the sciences, mathematics, arts, social sciences and humanities. This will be for the children in the age group of 11 to 14, and this will be from class 6 to class 8. And lastly, we have the secondary stage, which will last for 4 years, and that is for the children in the age group of 14 to 18. And the focus will be on multidisciplinary study, greater critical thinking, flexibility and student choice of subjects. This is about the educational structure. And the next significant change is with respect to the vocational training. So far in our Indian education system, vocational training received less attention compared to other streams, at least till the class of 10th standard. So with respect to vocational training, a change in mindset or a structural change was necessary. This change has now come with the new education policy. The policy says that more focus shall be given on vocational studies from the school level itself. Internships will be provided for students from class 6 itself. The policy says by 2025, at least 50% of learners to the schools and higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education. More significantly, the policy says that there shall be a 10-day bagless period during grades 6 to 8 to intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters and artists. This is a very significant and critical change because with the help of this change, India can now convert its workforce into a skilled workforce. Moreover, there will be a lesser focus on board exams, and if possible, exams would be conducted twice a year. Besides, to reduce the importance and stress of board exam will be conducted in two parts. One is objective and the other one is descriptive. Further, coding will now be taught from class 6 itself. Next change is regarding report cards. So far we received report cards at the end of the year based on the assessment of teachers. Now as per the new policy, alongside teachers' evaluation, report cards will also now include self-assessment by students. This helps students analyze and understand themselves about how they have performed in last 1 year. And also, a new National Assessment Center will be set up as a standard setting body. It will be called as PARAK, which means Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. Now, among others, the most significant change is with respect to the spending on education. The government has noted that it will spend at least 6% of GDP on education. Currently, this number is somewhere around 3%. This is a very significant test, but a lot depends when it comes to implementation of this target. These changes so far were with respect to the schooling level. Now, what are the changes introduced after class 12? Firstly, the government has provided multiple entry, multiple exit program. What does this mean? Say for example, after class 12th, you joined BTech course. But say after 1 year, you have difficulty in understanding BTech subjects, so you want to shift to some other degree. So as per the new education policy, you can drop out of the BTech course after the first year and join directly into the second year of any other degree. Alongside, the credits that you have earned in the first year of your BTech course will be transferred to new graduation degree. Then what is multiple exit options? Say for example, you are pursuing a BTech degree of 4 years. If you drop out after first year, you will get a certificate in that particular discipline or field. If you drop out after 2 years, you will get a diploma. After 3 years, there will be bachelor's degree, and after 4 years, bachelor's research degree will be given. And further, for those with 4-year graduate degrees, MA and MSc will be only for 1 year. And it is also important to note that MPhil will be abolished. And to improve the quality of education, some changes with respect to teachers' education have also been brought out. Firstly, by 2030, the minimum degree qualification for teaching will be a 4-year integrated B.Ed. Secondly, teachers will also be given training in online educational methods. So these were some of the positive points with respect to the new education policy. However, the policy has also got some controversial provisions. What are they? First controversial provision is with respect to the medium of education. The policy says the medium of instruction until at least class 5, but preferably till class 8 and beyond, will be the home language, mother tongue, local language or regional language. Though this is not a compulsory provision, it is still being heavily criticized. This change will mostly affect the children of government servants whose job involves transfer between different states. Suppose, say for example, a child has finished class 1 to 4 in Kannada medium in Karnataka. But suppose later on if his parents are transferred to Maharashtra, it will be difficult for the child to learn in Marathi medium. So the government should have thought much more on this provision. And the second criticism is that many student and teacher bodies are calling this policy as anti-democratic. It is because the central government has brought out this policy without consulting any state or even debating in the parliament. So this is a definitely wrong move, because since education is in concurrent list, states had to be consulted. And next criticism is that this policy seeks to promote centralization, as it seeks to set up a new teacher training board for all kinds of teachers, and no state can change this. This is like snatching away the powers of state governments and giving it in the hands of the central government. This means the changes with respect to education will have to come only from the central government.